So we celebrated day 14 of Gabby birthdays. So 2 full weeks that our little girl is here. And last night I had a WhatsApp conversation with my sister-in-law, and I came to a realization when I spoke to her that this is like a roller coaster ride. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am an adrenaline junkie. Not dangerously so, but I do love it. Point in example is last year for our anniversary, Johan took me to Gold Reef City and we rode the Anaconda for our anniversary. No flowers, no dinners, no fancy restaurants. That's what I wanted to do. And I always joke with my eldest daughter, Shanae, that one day she must be prepared because this grandma is going to show up with a Harley Davidson to come and visit her grandkids. And her response is always, Mom, I'll have a car in the garage for you to use. You're not putting my kids on a bike. Yeah, I think she has a more level head than I do. So, doing a roller coaster in real life is fun. It's ups and downs, turns, throws your stomach from where it's supposed to be to where it's not supposed to be. The adrenaline is pumping and I love it. You actually forget. You really do forget. And last night when I was talking to my sister-in-law, I said to her, this is really a roller coaster. But we don't. Myself and Johan don't know how to ride this one. We can't manage this one. And don't get me wrong, we're not giving up. The sisters and the doctors that looks after Gabby at the hospital says this little girl has such a will to live. She has such a strong, strong will that it doesn't look like anything can get her down. And even when something gets her down, she gets up again. And this is coming from a group of people that does this every single day, looks after babies every single day. And you know what? It gives you some comfort. Doesn't make it easy, but it gives you some comfort. The worst part for me is when you walk in there and Gabby's crypt, this little incubator, is the only one who has a cover over it. And if you've seen the pictures I've put on Facebook, you'll see these beautiful lions on it. And for not to stir anyone or to upset anyone, and for everyone that knows me, from my family to my friends, knows that I love learning about all aspects of the world. Does it make me less of a Christian? No, it does not. Does it make me fail in my belief in my God? No, it does not. Does it mean that I believe in angels? Yes, it does. Does it mean I believe in God is greater than any one of us can ever realize? Yes, it does. So to put it into perspective, why I'm saying that disclaimer, so no one gives me a hard time about it, is Gabby's due date would have been in November, which would have been the star sign of Scorpio. And with her and God's divine intervention deciding that, listen, it should change to the 5th of August, she is now a Leo like her dad. And People, you can say what you want. You can see she is a Leo. She's feisty, she's strong-willed, and she does what she wants to do. Even at 14 days old, if she doesn't want to lie in the fetal position, she will kick it. She will stretch her legs, she'll stretch her arms, and she will lie like a starfish in that bed, and you won't believe that this baby is 14 days old. If she doesn't like the monitor on her leg, she kicks it off. Gives everyone a heart attack, but she kicks it off. The other night when the ventilator hurt her, she wanted the pipes out. The unit that she's lying in, the incubator, is called the Lionel 500. The covers on the incubator has lions on it. When she was born, she sounded like a kitten. And yes, people, a cat and a lion, I think, is somewhere a family, but I'm not an expert, so we'll find out one day. And I do believe that's all signs from God to show us how strong this little girl really is. And for those of you who know my husband, knows that he's also a Leo. And he is also very strong. But at the moment, that strong is also a bit weak, a bit rough. He's gone through in the last 2 weeks that I wouldn't even wish onto my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish karma to do this to anyone. But getting back to my idea of this as being a roller coaster, Johan had the best way of describing it. The first day after Gabby was born, and you start talking to the doctors, and they start telling you all the things. It's not hair-raising. It's not unbelievable. It's sickening. It is sickening to the extreme. To give you a good example, you can say, I got a cut on my finger. Okay? You've got the cut on your finger. The finger can get infected. The infection can spread to your hand. Your hand can go gangrous. Your hand can be amputated. And you can die. That's how they explain everything to you. It's not it's a cut on the finger. We'll disinfect it and we'll put a plaster on it and you'll be fine. And because of the nature of Gabby's age and size, it's important that we know every single step of the way what is going on, what is going to happen. So yesterday when we got there, we got a wonderful surprise. One of the sisters actually made us this. It's a little feet. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a 14-day-old baby's foot size. Which means she is now 26 weeks. I'm not working on adjusted age. I'm still saying she's 26 weeks. And she weighed 650 grams yesterday morning, which means she gained 110 grams since the day she was born. And we measured her foot. Her foot grew from 40 millimeters to 45 millimeters. She grew 5 millimeters. And people, for microprem, that's a lot. These babies come home at 2.2, 2.4 kilos. So every single gram that this little girl gets is important. And something that Johan told me in his wisdom on the first day, he says to me, get a book and start writing. I said to him, writing. He says to me, every day just make notes. And I said to him, I'm not sure I want to do that. He said to me, every day just make notes. You're doing the videos, make the notes. So I went to this book, Pick and Pay, and I bought this book. Every day I make notes. Scriggly, ugly, unreadable notes. But she's already 14 days old, and already we can go back and look. Already I can go back and read. But you don't know what you're going to get each day. You get there this morning and they say, oh no, she had a great night. She rested so nicely. Then you get there this afternoon and then they say, oof, you had to stop the feeds, the stomach has got infection. Or tomorrow you'll get there and they say, oh no, she has a slight brain bleed. Like I explained previously, you get 4 degrees. Luckily, thank you Lord, we didn't have one of those again. And to date, we've gone through a brain bleed. We've gone through a ventilator that upset her so badly that she got a stomach infection. We went through her not eating, the infection clearing up in 3 days. Now she's not processing or digesting the feeds. Now we got lungs that's taking strain because she's so small and the lungs are not actually supposed to start working yet. What that means is that if we don't get it right, we don't manage it right, she may be dependent on oxygen and even may come home with oxygen. We hope we don't get there. But at this stage, I don't care. I just want her to come home. We all just wanted to come home. But I had a couple of my friends ask me the last couple of days, how am I doing? So, for reference and for information for those who ask, I'm not doing so well. I'm really not doing very well. I have a beautiful daughter, Shanae, that's in grade 11, writing tests, and I'm not there to support her. I'm trying very hard. But I'm failing miserably. It makes me sad. I have a 5-year-old little boy that if anyone knows Rowie, or Rowan as we call him, that he has speech delay. And one day I will tell you about him also, because there's nothing wrong with my little boy. He's actually a very smart little boy. And in the last 2 weeks, he started talking so beautifully. I can't believe it's him that's talking. He moved himself into his own little bed in our room. The only problem we're having is he's moaning about driving up and down every night because he wants to be at home. Because, Mommy, I'm going to the hospital. I can't see my baby. And last night he said something that was like a dagger to my heart. He said, Mommy, will I be able to see my baby anytime soon? You could hear a pin drop in that car. This little boy who has never seen her except for a little picture. It's 5 years old. Understands that the baby's not in Mommy's tummy anymore in the hospital, but he just wants to see his baby sister. This morning, or Friday morning when we dropped him off at school, he was crying his heart out because he doesn't want Mommy to go anywhere. Because Mommy mustn't go to hospital again. He woke up the day before last and he came and he climbed into bed between me and Johan and he said, Mommy, I'm scared. I said, Bobby, why are you scared? There's nothing to be scared of. He says, Mommy, don't go away. Don't go away again. Then I have my husband. And anyone can say whatever they want. I have been blessed with the most wonderful man ever. He looks after me, he looks after the kids. If I need something, he makes sure I get it. Messages me, he phones me, he comes and checks on me when I take a nap. And keep me in check. But I'm failing him. I'm his wife. I'm not his burden. So I'm not supposed to bring him down. I'm supposed to build him up. I'm not supposed to make this harder on him. At this stage, the only thing I can do, and sorry for any men that's listening, but it's the truth. The only thing I can do for Gabby is every 3 hours I have to express milk. I have to freeze the milk. And I'm battling to get the volumes up because I need to save it. I need to freeze it. And last night when we came back from the hospital, it's another 20 minutes on the machine. And only to when I take the bottles off to put it into the bags to let one fall out of my hands down the zinc. I was devastated. can't touch my baby every day. I can hold her hand and I can lightly put my fingers on the top of her head. And that's not even every day. Then you walk in there and you stand there and she starts crying. And because of the tubes you can't hear what the tone of the cry is. You just want to rip those doors open. You want to put your hands in there and you just want to grab her and hold her to your chest. So, if I can ask everyone tonight or whenever you watch this, please do me a big favour. Go to your husband and give him a big hug. Say to him you love him. And if he tells you, what do you want? You say you don't want anything. I just want to say I love you. And if you have a kid, be it 5 years old, be it 50 years old, you go and you give him a hug, or you pick up the phone, you phone them and you say, I love you. And if you have a little baby, please pick that little one up for 5 seconds and hold him against your chest and say, thank you, Lord. Because there's some of us who can't do that today. We can't do that today. And that breaks you. That breaks your heart. Breaks your soul. Breaks your spirit. So, please everyone, appreciate what you have. Appreciate your kids. Appreciate your husband. Even if they drive you up the wall, appreciate that you have them. I hope everyone has a blessed day. And please remember, just a little prayer for Gabby's health, that she comes home safe. Thanks everyone.